In this video, I want to share with you a way that you can get a compound return on the investment of energy that you put into your personal development by implementing a simple change called a keystone habit. Keystone habits are really cool. I'm super excited. So keystone habit, it was defined by, I think, by Charles Duhigg in his book, The Power of Habit. But basically a keystone is the stone at the top of the doorway or arch that kind of holds the whole thing together. Right? And so a keystone habit is one simple habit that you install that kind of holds a lot of other habits together or has this kind of compound effect on your life. For instance, making your bed is a keystone habit because people who make their beds tend to be happier and more productive during their days. Exercising regularly is a keystone habit because people who exercise tend to also eat better. It's just they kind of go hand in hand and also tend to have more energy to do things and more good feelings, positivity in their life. And meditating is another keystone habit where people who meditate also tend to have a lot more peace, calm, and kind of responsibility in their lives, like able to have more options in any moment, kind of slows down time in a way. So, quick story, I had a coaching session with my coach and I walked away from it with a little bit of pain and an action item. And that action item was I wanted to make a list of everything in my life that I do, that I either do or don't do that causes me to lose self-respect, which in turn causes me to lose self-confidence, which turns into this snowball and I wind up sad. But anyway, so I made this list. I highly recommend it. It's really a powerful tool. I'll maybe talk about that in another video. But the list, suffice it to say, the list was longer than I wanted it to be. And I really wanted to come up with a way to maybe get rid of a whole bunch of these things or add in a whole bunch of these things kind of in a fell swoop. So to figure out how to do that, I went on a long night walk, which I tend to do. So, I'll go on these like 2-hour walks at night and just think about things and listen to an audiobook and record my thoughts and maybe smell some flowers without people staring at me because I'm standing in a bush for 3 minutes. But get out of my bush, weirdo! But at night, nobody does that because I'm by myself. Anyways, suffice it to say, at the end of this walk, I had not really come up with a way to conquer all of these self-respect draining activities that I have in my life. However, I had meditated. I had done Kung Fu and Tai Chi. I had did breathing practices. I'd gone for this long walk. I had recorded a bunch of audio journaling recordings that I do. And I had read like 3 chapters of an audiobook, so it was fantastic for me to do this. And while I walked away from it thinking like, oh, I never really came up with a way to like wipe off all these kind of self-respect drains, at the same time, I had. Because I went to bed feeling so amazing about my life and how I had spent my day that day, that it was really powerful for me, and it's so easy for me to go for these night walks because I just love it. I want to do it in the first place, right? And so since then, and it's been about 3 weeks, I go on a night walk almost every single night. There have been 2 nights that I have not, and every time they keep doing this energizing thing for me. I may go to bed way later than I should to get up in the morning, but man, I feel so good about my life by the time I get up, and I have more energy, and I just feel more satisfied in my life. So I wanted to take a minute to share this idea with you because I think we could all come up with some of these small keystone habits in our lives and just pick one and start to do it and watch the snowball effect of these keystone habits have a huge impact on our lives. So I hope that this maybe helps. And if you have any ideas of keystone habits that you either want to install or that you have installed in the past that have been very helpful for you, please post those in the comments. I would love to hear it. And if you like this video and you want more, please subscribe. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a great life.